Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome into this space. Hello, Mandy May.
Hello, Austin J. Haynes. How's your day going?
It's been miracle after miracle, and I'm not exaggerating. It's just been these miracles just keep happening, and I'm just humbled by it. And I want the miracles to happen for our listeners too.
Absolutely. Well, they're in the right place for the miracles to happen with everything that we've got lined up. And I too want to welcome everybody here today. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking some of your precious time to spend with us and feel inspired and just contribute, be part of it. Because as Austin likes to say, we are here for you and you are equally as much a part of this show as we are. So please jump in and join us.
Yes, and I want to do something a little different because I want to reach the listener.
Mm-hmm.
We have an incredible show lined up. We have two amazing guests. One of them is a returning guest, and who is going to be at a special location. This is a big surprise. You're absolutely going to want to stick to that. If you follow the other stuff that I do, you know I'm always out in nature. So this is going to be a gift. This is going to be an absolute gift. But what I want you to do as the listener, live playback, I want you to think about what you most need and where you are. We want to bring the energy. People say, oh gosh, I can't connect. You know, it's too positive. It's too upbeat. We understand that. But I want, this is about elevating where you are, honoring where you are, and then being courageous enough to elevate it. And whatever that is for you. So you as the listener, we're going to start the show here like we normally do, but I really want to connect with you today. There's lots of great things happening, but it doesn't matter unless it happens for you. Are you open? Just say I'm open. If you want to type in
open,
chat,
type in open.
Right?
Yeah. Type in open.
Andy?
Yes, I am ready to rock and roll as always. So let's get into our little show routine. We're going to start with the hourglass.
Yeah.
For some reason, I keep wanting to say fiberglass. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's the hourglass, and I'm going to let you take that one.
The hourglass is our way to kick off the show, to invite you into the present moment. And now it's officially sponsored by the new show, Power of Pure Presence. Power of Pure Presence is the evolution of this. It's learning to live fully in the moment, but we can't live fully in the moment unless we allow ourselves to step fully into the moment. So whether you're going to be here for a few seconds, a couple minutes, take a deep breath and really be intentional about what you most need. This is for you. Yes, it's going to be entertaining. Yes, you're going to laugh. You might cry. What is in it for you? And the other thing, what is it that you want to give? And the way this is going to happen, the only way that does happen is if we dial here. Many of you have had some really tough things happen to you the past couple years, and that's the past. And a lot of times what we do is we go to the past and we're trying to get that grain of sand back. If I could only change that one thing, and we find that we can't. Or we're on the other side of the spectrum and we're chasing and racing and striving and driving all the time. And we're trying to get to the grain of sand up here, and we're not dialing into the moment. I lived a lot of my life this way, but Power of Pure Presence has changed all that for me and is changing the lives of others. Will you step into the present moment right now to glean the blessings? Type in I'm blessed. Type in I'm blessed. Accept it. Receive it. I'm blessed. That is the hourglass. And we're gonna get everybody's shares here. So we welcome you. I see you in the chat. I am going to honor you. So stay with me. I want to honor you and highlight you for being here live. Mandy, back to you.
Absolutely. And just a last thing on the hourglass, because for some reason it's always facing me when you hold it up. And it's always bang in the middle, right in the present moment. And that is the word of inspiration. Inspiration. Now you've got it. Now you've twisted it around. No, there it is. Inspired. Inspired. Because that's where life unfolds. That's where the inspiration happens, because that is where creation happens. So the next little thing we're going to go on to is the Edison light bulb. And before I define the Edison light bulb, I've got 4 small quotes here that are referencing indirectly the Edison light bulb, but they're so good, I'm just going to use them. So the first one is by Dorothea Brand, and they've all got a common theme going back to the light bulb. Act as if it were impossible to fail. Act as if it were impossible to fail. Robert Browning, the poet, a minute's success pays the failure of years. A minute's success pays the failure of years. Winston Churchill, success is the ability to go from one failure to another with no loss of enthusiasm. God within, enthusiasm. And the last one is Gordon Parks, the man who takes a chance, walking the line between the known and the unknown, who is unafraid of failure, will succeed. Now, if we go to the Edison light bulb, this was a creation by Thomas Edison and his colleagues. And there were years of failure around this creation, and thousands of different ways that he created, which might have been considered a failure, but they showed him that that way wasn't correct and there's got to be a better way. So he created thousands of different better ways until, as that poem says, a minute's success paid the failure of years. So for years and no success, but taking that one last step, and boom, there it was. And now we've got the light bulb. So it's very, the theme here is to act, to say I'm possible. Success pays with enthusiasm and not having the fear to do it. Edison had no fear. He was enthusiastic about his passion, which was to create this light bulb, and he acted on everything, even if it appeared like it wasn't going to work. He was so impassioned about it. It was so focused that it was going to happen, and he had no question in his mind at all that it would succeed. So great lessons for us today.
Yes, and this is an actual replica. I was on site in Menlo Park, New Jersey. At the very site, the light bulb, the final, this rendition, the incandescent, was created. And I bought this replica because I knew I was going to use it in the show. Because are you willing to look at failure differently? This is the one place you might hear, I want you to embrace your failure because it's valuable.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't embrace it, you're never going to embrace the success.
That's it.
We need to be more candid about our failures. Every attempt. I fail all the time. And,
I think we all do. But again, as that first quote says, act as if it were impossible to fail. And if something is the opposite to impossible, is I am possible. I'm possible.
Yeah.
Right. So I like that thought of being willing to look at failure differently and recognizing the value in the perception of failure. In my world, there is no failure. I either win or I learn. So failure isn't a word in my vocabulary usually. And that's why I like the way you just put it, looking at it differently, because it has a valuable lesson for us. So the last thing is the Liberty Bell. So where's that little Liberty Bell, Mr. Haynes? And what is that representing?
This is moments throughout the show, aha moments, insights that you share. But I'm going to do something a little different to highlight the Liberty Bell. We're going to welcome in our live listeners with the Liberty Bell.
Yes.
Dr. George Grant.
Hi, Dr. Grant. Good to see you. Namaste. Hope you're
looking
well.
Great, y'all. I don't know who you are, but we're sending you lots of love here on
Great.
Flashpoint
Yes,
TV.
Facebook user.
open. We got some people that are open to receive.
Open. I love that. Open.
Open. Diana from South Africa.
Diana.
Wow. I don't even know what time it is there, but you're awake.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, at 2, 3 in the morning, guess what? I am sleeping. I will say that.
Lucky you.
And then we have somebody we know and love. The long-bearded guy, Mr. Gordon Melville.
Gordon!
Yeah. And every time, Gordon, make sure you put the link to your show in there, because every time Gordon comes on, I make a point to tell people that Gordon took our old time slot, because we used to be Flashpoint Friday, every Friday at noon. Now we're Thursday at 3, but Gordon is freshly landed with incredible content on Friday at noon. So make sure you look up Gordon. So just awesome.
I was just telling my daughter about that. She says, "What you doing going on a show at 3 o'clock? I thought it was Friday at noon." I said, "Oh, another great friend took that slot."
Yeah, there you go. And you were just with Gordon on the beaches.
Yes, I was. I don't know who that Flashpoint user is, but I see my name. So whoever you are, thank you.
And then we have Gordon is saying hello to Dr. Grant. We have I'm blessed. There you go. Receive.
Awesome.
Somebody need to learn how to receive.
Received.
Yeah.
I received. Yes.
I'm blessed. The nutrients we need to intentionally grow are in the dirt of the challenges we face every day. That's
beautiful. Beautiful. Yes.
So welcome, everyone. So this has already been a great start. But again, are you present? Are you setting the intention of what you need, whether you're live or in the playback?
Grounded in the present. Grounded in the present.
Breath. Let your belly expand. I know it's crazy, but we do it anyway because we want to remind you to breathe.
Pause and breathe. Pause and breathe.
Pause and breathe. All right, Mandy. We just kicked the show off successfully.
Yes, we
By
did.
the way, if something strikes you, just type in the word Liberty or Bell or hashtag, I don't know, something. We have some creative people that create the hashtags. So. And if you're on Apple TV, Amazon, or Roku, we invite you to get into the live chat on YouTube or Facebook so we can say hello to you. All right. So we're here for you. Let's get into this. I'm excited to bring on the first guest.
Yes.
I'm gonna jump in, Mandy. I'm gonna jump in, and then I want to hear what you have to say as well. So this next guest is somebody who really, I want to say, she honors people. She spurs them on. She cheers them on. She's smiling most of the time. She is building her life coaching business. And she also is building a skincare business. And she's a mother. And she's training for a triathlon. I'm not sure if it's her first one, or I think it is, but we'll hear about that. But I am just really looking forward to this because this person has honored so many people, and she shows up and cheers them on. And she is a VIP at the Flashpoint event. So it's going to be an honor for us to honor her today. I'll ring the bell and then I'll turn it over to you.
Yes. 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 This is so exciting to bring this lady on, this friend, this soul sister, this beautiful human being, because she just smiles and exudes life in everything she does. And anytime I share space with her, I always feel a million times better. So I want everybody here today to give our next guest, our first guest, a huge warm welcome. Put it in the chat room. Happy to have you here. Let's bring in the one and only Ivy Perez. Woo! Where is she?
Ivy, you can hear that bell when you cross that finish line.
Oh, namaste.
You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. I feel like I'm on this. It is a big show.
This is your life.
You are. This is your life.
Yeah.
It's the Hollywood Squares. There's 3 of us, and it's our life. Here we go.
Oh my goodness. No, this is awesome. Thank you guys for your words. That was.
Oh, you're welcome.
We love you, and we're glad you're here.
I'm happy I'm
Very
here.
glad.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you
glad.
for inviting me.
Yeah.
So let's just check in. Why don't we just check in with how you're doing today before we get into the other things? You're training for this triathlon, but how's your day going?
The day is going well. You know, I woke up this morning and it was pouring, like downpouring. And the energy I felt wasn't off. It was just more, I needed to be still. And so when I got up, I typically, if I don't go for a run or do something or yoga, this morning, I just sat in a chair. I looked at my flowers, the pouring rain, and I was just still. And I haven't done that in a while. I know every morning, 7:45, I'm on your live and I look forward to that. And I actually try to get done whatever I need done in the morning to be there, you know? And that's, you know, just being still and present and just kind of tapping into the awareness and all that good stuff. But this morning was different. It was good. It was good. So it was a great start to the day.
I'm so glad to hear that.
That's beautiful.
And we talk about stillness every morning at 7:45, and Ivy helps us create an incredible space every morning on the morning show. But yeah, that's great. So Mandy, what do you think about this so far?
This is absolutely awesome because it's like you're setting yourself up for the pause and breathe, power of pure presence morning live that Austin does at 8:45. And I can relate to that because I'm always out there, as everyone knows, capturing the dawn, or I'm capturing the full moon tonight. It's supposed to be clear. So to take those moments and find the stillness, whether it's in the pouring rain, whether it's looking at your flowers, again, nature creating this space of stillness around us, gets us into the moment and the mood to be in the present moment so that we can accept the wisdom that it's coming to us at 8:45. So I love the fact that you're really focused on that, or you were focused on that this morning and got you set up for your day. And that's another reason why you're always smiling, right?
Yeah. Actually, this will be fun. So Diana's saying, be still and know that I am God. Beautiful.
Yes. Yes.
So let's do this. We're going to have some fun. Ivy, I want you to smile.
Okay.
And I want everybody to rate Ivy's smile on a scale 1 to 10. So type in, what do you think about Ivy's smile, everyone?
A one with
give us
two
your best
zeros.
smile. Give us your best smile right now.
Wait,
Just do it. Mandy will make you laugh.
I'm Chevy Chase. That's all there is to it.
There we go. So Gordon's giving you 100 rating on your smile.
I told you. I called it 100.
But you know why I say that, Ivy? Because your smile is your signature of who you are.
That's right.
It really is, because it's like a reflection of your soul. It comes out, and you have a beautiful smile. So let's talk about Dr. Grant's giving you a 10.
We're going to talk about Dr. Grant and his smile. I wonder.
Oh, I must have missed.
Let's have fun. I'm ad-libbing now.
You're good. Let's hear about Ivy's. Ivy, what do you want to highlight today? I am so excited you're coming to Flashpoint. I think this has been in the works for a while, but when you decided to come to this, I was just so excited.
You know, a couple of things I want to highlight, but I will say, you know, as you guys are talking prior to me coming on, I was taking notes, and I love the act as if it is impossible to fail. I love that. I've heard that before. And also the, you know, successes, I believe it's, I don't know the exact quote, but like going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm.
Yeah, sure.
And then embracing your failure. Like Austin, you said, embrace your failure. And this is something that many of us, I know I wasn't brought up to embrace that. And the first person that came to mind was Sarah Blakely. And she is the founder of Spanx, among other things. And I remember her saying in an interview that one of the gifts that her dad gave her when she was young was every time she would come home at the dinner table, he would ask, "What did you fail at today?" So she embraced failure. So to her, she would come home and say, "Dad, I tried whatever it was, and I sucked." And he's like, "High five, that's awesome." And I'm like, what a great gift that is.
Beautiful. Yes.
That's a great gift because a lot of times when we grow up, we're shamed for making a mistake or doing something wrong or not doing something. And then you kind of, get small.
Mm-hmm.
So that was great. That was great.
That is
That's
a great
beautiful.
supplement and story to add. What did you fail at today? Wow, that
And
is.
celebrated it. He gave her a high five, I think you said.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
celebrated it. Good for you.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before. Not with any parents celebrating their failures, right?
That's
Completely
so
puts a different spin on it and gives it value and meaning, and puts
Mm-hmm.
it in the mind of the person or the child to keep trying. And there's always success if we just keep rising up and keep trying. That's beautiful, Ivy. Beautiful.
So this is part of me now as a mom, and my journey is beginning. Well, I had my daughter at 43, so I'm 52 now. And just little things, just having conversations with her and allowing her to, express herself, and the way she communicates is just completely different than how I grew up, So one of the things I want to highlight is my coaching and my triathlon. The skincare is part of it. So it's the trifecta.
The what?
For me, my life coaching. Okay, how do I put this all together? So my life coaching was transformative for me. And it could be for anyone. It is transformational life coaching. And I remember when I finished the program and I was doing, which I haven't done in a while, vision workshops. And I was asked the question, well, what was your transformation? What was your tangible? Because I talked about, with good life coaching, there's tangibles that, you achieve. And it just took me a quick second. I thought, that's a great question. And my coaching program, I believe it was 6 months. 2 months after I was certified, I made the decision, and it wasn't just a decision, it was a committed decision. And not just a committed decision. It was one of those moments in time when you say, that's it, I'm done, no more, with this intense emotion where every fiber of your being stands at attention and is like, let's go. And that was my struggle with alcohol. I had a struggle with alcohol for well over 2 decades. And I tried stopping, and I tried all these things, all sorts of little tactics that I would put in play.
So,
But
Ivy, I'm going to jump in. I normally don't do this,
go right ahead.
but I'm doing this for a reason. Our guest is at a special location, and there's a storm about to come through. So I want everybody to hold that thought, because we definitely want to hear your battle, because a lot of people struggle with this. But let's bring on. We're gonna create a little. We're gonna have 4 of us on, so we're gonna interact. I don't think anybody knows who the guest is. Only Mandy and I know. So are you ready? Special secretive guest at its secret location.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Bring her on.
It's DJ Love. Welcome.
Hey guys, it's fixing to pour rain. I'm gonna try to pan around so you can see the band coming.
Oh,
Wow.
that's
Where
beautiful.
are you?
I'm in Blowing Rock, North Carolina.
Wow. Blowing Rock, North Carolina. Give us a quick update, because I know the storm is coming through. This is Duchess DJ Love, gallivanting like a royal. She sponsors Power of Pure Presence show every Sunday at 10 a.m. She told me what she was doing. I said, let's do it.
Yes. We're gonna be touring the North Carolina mountains, going to Grandfather Mountain tomorrow, Linville Falls, Chimney Rock, and driving to Blue Ridge Parkway. So I'm gonna have some live footage coming. They have granted me permission to go live on top of Grandfather Mountain at the Mile High Swinging Bridge, which is fabulous. So I'll be showing that tomorrow.
And she had to get permission. She had to get permission to do this. So, well, I want to thank you for being here. And I know you were listening to the interview with Ivy, and I know you have limited time. Is there anything you want to share about what
Ivy
you've
has
heard?
a beautiful smile, and I'm proud of her for overcoming so much. And she's an inspiration to others. So, Ivy, you keep it up, okay?
Oh, I will.
I will. So that's really good. So DJ, you can hang out as long as you want. It's up to you. I know you got a storm coming through. So we'll keep you on if you want. It's your call. We are doing this in the moment, everyone. Some of this is planned, a lot of it's not, but we're going to keep rolling.
You guys keep rolling. I'm going to head out before it pours down rain because it's a wall coming. I got a ways to go to the car.
Okay.
Okay.
Be safe.
Love you.
Bye, guys.
Love you much. We'll talk to you
Bye.
soon.
Bye.
All right. So that worked out. So I wanted to, yeah.
Glowing rod,
She's just
North
adorable.
Carolina.
Yes,
Whoa.
she's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. She
Yes.
called me up and said, "I want to sponsor your show," and then we ended up putting it together. So you'll see that we do that on Sunday at 10 a.m. So Ivy, please, this is just such a heart touching story because I relate to the alcohol myself. Had a whole story behind that, but let's hear. What did you do? Like, because alcohol affects a lot of people, and some
It
people can
does.
drink.
It does.
What do you say about this?
Well, I found for myself, there's different levels of alcoholism. I don't like the word alcoholic. For me, it's a label. I've always known, even at the beginning of this struggle, that it was just something that I needed to overcome, that I was bigger than it. It was just a matter of time. I just didn't know when, how, whatever. And of course, it's progressive. Alcoholism is a progressive disease. But there's levels. There's binging. So you can stop for a few months and not, drink anything. And then, one day you can't stop kind of thing. That's where I fell. So, and then there's ones that, on a daily basis and whatever, there's anger comes out. And for me, I was the happy drunk. I was just always smiling.
But, yeah.
Thank God. But yeah, so just, different levels of it. But, 2 months after I completed my certification for the life coaching, which for me going into it, the program that I studied was called Dream Builder. And it wasn't like I had a dream going into it. I thought it would be cool to become a life coach. That's it.
Is that the Mary Morrissey course?
It is.
It is. Yes, I thought it was. Okay, congratulations on that.
Well, congratulations on your journey, and thanks for being vulnerable. And I want to share that even in your mornings or your training, I should say, with the triathlon, you're incredibly vulnerable. You're sharing these like tough moments of getting the flat tire and not knowing how to fix the flat. Your struggles, running in the heat, all the things that you're dealing with, all the adversity, the aches and the pains, and like, whoa, where'd that come from? So it's been interesting to watch.
I found that I realized that I really needed, if I wanted to do this to help anyone, I needed to show the journey, the lows as well as the highs. I'm the type of person that I like to show up smiling, everything is good. I don't like to lead with my pain if there's anything going on. I just don't. That's just me. But I knew that I needed to do this. So yeah, the other day with my bike, I was like, oh my God, I don't want, and I said it in the video, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to kind of tell you guys I'm on this journey and I had a bike flat a month ago and I still haven't fixed my bike. And for some people, and I've had phone calls, they're like, it takes 2 minutes to fix a bike. Yeah, if you know how, but I didn't. And it's just something for me personally. I just don't like to tinker and fix and, whip out directions. I just don't like to do that. So of course I'm going to procrastinate, but I knew I would get it done. So that's part of the journey that I'm sharing. So yeah. It's important. It's important to share the lows as well as the highs, but with a purpose.
Yeah.
Not just,
So let's talk about what lesson would you give today? What do you want to share to somebody? Maybe they're hearing this for the first time, or what lesson would you want to impart?
Woo, that's a big question. I think the lesson is more of really the importance of paying attention to the whisper, paying attention to your heart. I've said this too, like the mind or the brain is the thinking brain, the thinking mind is we're constantly thinking. We think 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. It's just constant. A lot of which is automatic. We don't even realize it. And then the heart just knows. And so if we are in a relationship that we're unhappy, or if we're at a job where we're unhappy, if we're, if someone hurts us or whatever the case may be, if we are feeling angst, if we are feeling frustration, anger, betrayal, and we're out of alignment, pay attention to that. That's instructional. And the other thing too is when you are in a place where you feel just full and just something, you just feel love and joy and just all these things that make you feel like tall, if you will. Pay attention to that too. What are you doing? What are you in the middle? Who are you with? And that's instructional as well. So it's really paying attention. This is just something that I've learned later in life, is really to pay attention, because I think a lot of times we hear, we feel, and then we brush it aside because we pay attention to the chatter or what people are saying that we should do or what's right, kind of thing, So yeah, it's the paying attention is the big lesson.
Paying attention. Mandy.
Paying attention, definitely. It just made me think of a book I'm reading, and I've just forgotten the title. It's about something like women running with wolves or something. And paying attention, for example, when we're going through the struggle or the pain, and you mentioned about the bike tire and you've procrastinated and put it off for a month. Everything in the body or the mind that's saying this is going to be a struggle or this is a pain or whatever, the instinct is to run. We don't want to deal with it. We procrastinate, we put it off. When what you've just evoked from us here or embraced is embracing the anxiety, is paying attention to how you're feeling, embracing it all and running with it. And if we can't pause in the moment to pay attention to what it is, where we are, who we're with, how we're feeling, how are we going to gain the instruction, the insight and the wisdom that is God-given in here? And you exemplify that, not just in your words. Even as you're saying it, I can feel the emotion and the power behind your words, because you are firmly convinced and believe it. So again, the power of beliefs. This is very, very powerful.
Yeah. Congratulations on your journey, Ivy. You're doing tremendous things, and we're excited about your triathlon.
I have another question on the triathlon.
Yeah.
So, well, two questions.
I'm going to grab a seat. I'm going to grab a seat for this.
Bye, Austin. Ivy and I can manage now. We've got
Go for it.
When did you first decide? Can you remember when you first decided that you wanted to do a triathlon? I'm sure you can.
I can.
Fill us in, please.
I was 20 years old, and I was working in Manhattan, and there was a gentleman. I was a receptionist at the time, and who I am today is how I was then. I was sitting at the front, and whenever, the gentlemen or the women that would come in, I'm like, good morning. How was your day? How was your, weekend, whatever. So there was a young guy. So I'm 20. He had to be, 28-ish. But he was tall and he was fit. He was a good looking guy. There was no attraction, but he was he carried himself almost regally. And I remember him walking in, and I was like, and it's funny how you don't think of someone or their name and it just kind of comes to mind. So I have his name in mind. And so he walks in, his name is Eric. So I said, good morning, Eric. How was your weekend? And he said, it was great. I did a triathlon. And I was like, oh my God, that is so cool. And he goes, yeah. He goes, you should try it one day. And I believe that was the seed that was planted, but again, at that time, growing up, I didn't grow up in a healthy environment. I didn't grow up surrounded by health conscious individuals. So something like that was beyond me.
Mhm.
And so when he said you should try it, I thought, wow. And then I thought, oh, I
yeah.
can't do that.
But the potential was planted. You said it. The seed was planted. So let's fast forward now to the future and tell us about the defining moment that you said, okay, yes, I'm going for that. Because you were 20 when that happened. You're now
52.
52. So
Wow.
between 20 and 52, what and when was the defining moment that you said, okay, that seed has sprouted, it's grown, I've pondered on it, I've thought about it, it's infiltrating my mind. Yes, I'm going to go for it. Tell us all about that.
The defining moment was about 8.5 months ago when
Really?
when I made the decision and I registered for a triathlon.
We'll do it.
A
Yes.
couple of years ago, I had subscribed to an events kind of thing where every, you get emails. Well, there's this event happened, this triathlon, duathlon, marathon. And I was like looking at it, especially with triathlons. But for me, it was always like, oh, that's so cool. Then I would see where it is. And it's like 2 hours away, 3 hours away. And they start early in the morning. So my excuse was, well, it's too far away. I can't do it. Now, mind you, I wasn't ready to do a triathlon by any means. But I always used distance as an excuse, not to anyone, but myself. And so December rolls around, I'm looking at events and I see a triathlon pop up in my backyard. It is 15 minutes away. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding. And I'm like, okay, I can't use distance as an excuse. I didn't know how to swim. I didn't own a bike. I could run. I've done marathons and stuff like that. I could run. But I'm like, I got to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not ready, but I got to do it. And when opportunities don't show up, they do not show up when you are ready.
No,
Yeah,
we're
and
never ready. It never happens when we're ready.
Yep. And you registered, and now here you are. And just for time, you registered for something else.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Wait.
I'm giving you a clue.
Where's the light bulb?
I'm giving you a clue.
The Flashpoint?
Yes.
Yes!
You registered for Flashpoint.
Okay.
So,
I'm thinking 54. 54. Wow.
And are you ready for this? Were you ready when you registered?
No.
There you go.
I just knew that I needed to do it. And that was earlier in the year when that came up.
Yeah.
You listened to the whisper in your heart.
Yeah. And you said, I'm doing it anyway.
This year, there's this looming, this is the year for big transformation kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
That was a beautiful thing. I was leading you a little bit, but I felt like you were going to say that, because if we wait, it doesn't happen. It's jump before you're ready. And in a lot of cases, and the jump doesn't mean it could be a small jump. It doesn't have to be, it's a jump, and we have a poem about that, but jump. The things never or rarely happen when we expect or fully prepared for it. Does the mother, think about that, the mother, Manny probably knows the species, but the eagle, and there's another species of bird. It was on planet Earth.
Falcon, hawk.
The mother kicks the babies out of the nest, and they literally fall. They can't even fly yet. They literally fall straight down. Yes. And they bang against the rocks.
And down on yes.
And there's a reason why they do it. It's a survival. Yeah. But are those babies ready? No, but they get it's like you got to jump before you're ready. And that's why I wish I could go and register everybody that's been thinking about this event, but I can't. I can't register for you. Ivy, I'm so glad you're coming. You're going to help. This is going to be an amazing event.
I'm excited. I'm just
Very
excited to,
excited.
Mandy, you're going to be there just
Yes.
to see everyone and give hugs and just be in such a high vibrational room. I mean, there's going to be, oh, it's going to be awesome.
The energy will be raising the roof, definitely.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, so much. How much time do I have?
I just put the link, and we're doing something new. We're doing a Flashpoint Spotlight series. We're going to spotlight people. We're doing a summit on September 18th.
That's right.
From 1 to 3 p.m. We're doing it a pre-launch. We'll share the documentary highlight here in a moment. But Ivy, I just want to congratulate you for jumping in and literally with your triathlon and everything that you're doing. I really feel like there's going to be, it's happening right now for you. So I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah. I'm excited. And I said it when I registered. I'm excited for the person I become in this process, and I'm growing along the way. So, and that's just who I am. I even said that when and this is quick, when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I was going to a support group even prior to the surgery. And I forget the question, but I remember saying, and it was about 10 women, older women. And I said, I'm excited to see the person who I become because of this that was, given to me. And they all looked at me like, but that's just who I am.
Yeah.
It's not oh my God, why me? It's like, why me?
It's bring it on. What's the purpose? What am I going to find out? What's ahead of me?
Not to say it's fun.
Right? Yeah, you're enjoying the journey. I noticed in everything you described there about the ups and downs and the bike, the breast cancer, the very fact that you weren't raised in a spiritual family, shall we say, and you didn't have good lead, then you got into alcoholism. Even though you were speaking about each of those things and your face just changed a little bit, you still had the smile, which told me that you've embraced the journey, the whole journey, and you've maintained your love for life through it all. And so now as you're becoming this person that you've been excited to become, it's all just culminating in this high-packed energy, beautiful transformation that was already there and just needed the light shone on it even more, and the opportunity for you to step into that light and bring to light who Ivy Perez really is. And what a gift to this world you are. This is amazing. I just love you so much. Congratulations for all of it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you need to hear it. You need to hear it, Ivy, because you show up for a lot of people.
Thank you. And as a plug to you, Austin, and for Flashpoint, it all starts with personal development. You have to take the first step. If you want any change in your life, you have to begin the process of digging deep, and it's not fun all the time. Sometimes it's enlightening, and sometimes you have to do the life work. You really do. It's the only time where you get to really work on yourself, to peel back the layers and reveal things about yourself that, it's not always pretty. And to look at your past traumas, pains, hurt, or whatever, not as the blame and the hate and the anger, but as what am I supposed to receive from this? And not only that, what gifts have been bestowed on me because I went through that to help others. And that's a process that we learn through personal development. So sign up, register for Flashpoint, and begin your journey.
The journey. Yes. Amen.
That's what we're doing. So we need, for time reasons, we need to transition, but Gord has a great quote here that I think sums up the journey. I must be willing to sacrifice who I am today to be who I was meant to become tomorrow. And that is so spot on. And we got to do the work, working on ourselves, not doing the work on ourselves because of who we're going to become, not because we're broken, not because we feel broken, although we might feel that way sometimes. But see if you can begin the process knowing that you are whole, that you are you are complete in where you are right now. And then you become, we're in a state of expansion. Michelle saying the lessons are in every mess. And that is so true. So Ivy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
We
you.
love you. We're so glad to have you on the show. You don't know. It's going to be awesome. I already know what's going to happen when you come to the event. Well, I don't. I don't know. The truth is,
Yes,
I don't
we do.
know,
Yes, we do.
but I have an idea of what's going to happen. So we're glad you're here, Ivy. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mwah. Namaste.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
See you soon, girlfriend. Love you.
Mandy, I just want to share this quote before we transition. This is
Sure.
something to promote the show on Sunday. And Ivy, by the way, Ivy is almost with us every morning on the 7:45 show, AM, every morning Eastern. She shares there. She's been on Power of Pure Presence. She shares there. She shows up. She's amazing. So I wanted to highlight this because this was a quote I had this week, and it speaks to Power of Pure Presence. So I want to share that real quick. That was something that came through. And I think it's so important that while we're striving to become, that we stay deeply rooted in who we are and stay true to ourselves.
Gets back to the illustration of the tree, right? We see the trunk, we see the branches, we see the leaves. But if you scanned the ground and looked below, you would see a massive, massive, almost like a rolled up ball of wool, roots that are long, that are wide, that are deep, and they spread further away from the circumference above the ground of the tree itself.
Yeah.
And that's a great metaphor for staying deeply rooted to who we are, because when we're true to who we are, as you and I both know, that's when the changes and the evolution and the transformation happens. And it doesn't matter how much you resist that, it is not going to happen unless it's your highest calling. It's you're true to who you are. That's when the achievement, that's when the success will happen, because it's going to benefit the world.
And it cultivates peaceful power organically.
Yes.
When you're rooted in who you truly are, you're not trying to be something for someone else, for some aspiration that's not in alignment. It's when you're true to yourself, you're in alignment and you expand from that place. You're not going to get somewhere to improve now. And that's the whole premise of Power of Pure Presence. Right. And I feel like I lived that way. Like I was trying to get to this future thing to somehow improve now.
No.
But no matter where I went, it was like, wait.
Followed you. It followed you. It didn't leave.
Like, wait a second. My fulfillment is right now. Your fulfillment is right now. We have our aspirations, but we come from a deeper place. It's liberating. It's spacious. Freedom. It's not constricting, contracting, and tight and stressful. And, it's more like,
oh, hallelujah. Yeah, it's freedom. It's real freedom. Yeah. When you've been that confined within here and you come to that realization, it's well, I've said it to you before, it's complete freedom. Complete freedom. Yeah. It's funny along this journey, I saw a quote this morning. A lot of people were commenting on it. Basically, the transformation of this woman, and it was saying that, you know, you look at this woman, you think after all that life has done to her, and yet she's still a warrior type thing. And it got me thinking, life doesn't do anything to us. Life happens. Life happens all around us. And if you look at nature, Lao Tzu says, everything is done and yet nothing is undone, right? Life happens around
my gosh. Us. So I love when things happen in the moment like this. And we got to wrap the show up. We only have 8 minutes. We have announcements, but I got a message from Dana today. We're getting ready for Flashpoint 4.0. And she sends me this like it's a sticker, and we might be not sure if we're going to use these stickers, but it says, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished.
That's what I
And
just
so
said.
there's a validation.
That's
And then we had Duchess DJ in the mountains.
Yeah.
We have, of course, I just passionately bring nature to you because I know it has the capacity to speak in a language that I can't say, but I can give it to you. And we know that science is coming back, that even if you observe nature, if you observe nature from your computer, it has a benefit. And that's why I'm doing Power of Pure Presence out in nature. But I just put the link in there for you. You can get that. What is Ivy saying? I had a client once, I was a realtor, asked me, what are you running from? Blew me away. Didn't think I was, but I was. So what are you running from? It's time to stop running and just stay rooted or reconnect to who you truly are. Mandy, let's bring the show to a close. We have lots of announcements. We were supposed to show the documentary highlight, which I think I am going to do.
Why don't you do that right now?
Yeah, let's do that right now.
Get it in. Yes.
Some of you have seen this. Some of you have not. But we have an event coming up that I guarantee is going to change your life positively for the better. I know it. There's just too many stories, too much happening. I've seen miracle after miracle. Just had one yesterday, today. It's just this ceaseless flow of miracles. It's not because I'm, some genius. It's just understanding these principles and being able to step in and embrace. Let me stop talking. Let me share this before we run out of time. So let me go here and grab this here. Let's see. All right. Here we go. Share. Play.
My life is over. These words came out of my mouth at one of my lowest points in life. I was at my lowest point, void of clarity, inspiration, or meaning.
The thing I needed to change was the way I looked at myself. In the midst of all the chaos, confusion that you might go through, there's a moment of validation and clarification. Flashpoint, manifesting the moment of your big breakthrough. And that's the beautiful thing about Flashpoint, is that it happens in us first. And that was the birthplace of Flashpoint. Flashpoint is like coming in like a flash saying, no, there's more. Information's everywhere. Experience is rare. Enter Flashpoint. They so desire, they want to win in their lives. They want the big breakthrough. And we provide that environment for them to win. Most recently, I launched the Rocky campaign. Sure enough, I'm doing these videos every day. People start to meet me. I have guests literally at the Rocky steps, and we're pouring out these informational content. And next thing you know, it gave birth to the Rocky experience, which we've added to Flashpoint. We just completed the first ever Rocky experience with the Flashpoint Live Immersion. They want to climb these steps in physical form as a metaphor for their own lives. We're back. 4 minutes left.
Banks go out of their way to make redeeming credit card rewards needlessly
Sorry about
complicated.
that.
But Discover isn't like that. With Discover, you can redeem your reward.
Somebody wants to discuss.
Somebody wants to get
Flashpoint
advertising.
4.0.
How dare they do that? But we roll on, everyone. So we're here. We have 3 minutes left, Mandy. I just want to encourage everybody to get your ticket. I'll put the link in here. And Mandy, if there's anything you would like to say, I would certainly like to.
I just want to get the theme running through all of this, and especially Ivy's interview there, on being focused, making committed decisions, realizing there's different levels of the struggle, and it's all okay. Embrace it all. The lesson she wanted to impart to us, the importance of paying attention to that calling, that whisper of the heart in the soul. It's there for a reason, and it has our highest interests at heart, no pun intended. And you often hear, whatever it is that ignites your soul and makes you feel alive and on fire, do that. And Ivy stressed that, this place of feeling full of love and joy, and being able to stand tall and being happy with who you are, where you are, and how does it feel. And if it makes you feel alive, keep doing that. And then defining moments, she was putting things off, procrastinating, thinking that the triathlon was too far away distance wise. It was always an excuse. Once it came to her hometown, it was no longer an excuse, and she was able to put into force, I'm now excited for the person I'm going to become. So great, beautiful life's lessons to embrace it all, enjoy the journey, stay focused, stay committed, and be the best that you were designed to be.
Absolutely. And I want to encourage you to get your ticket. If you are somebody in the community and you want to be spotlighted, we have a video production we're doing called Flashpoint Spotlight Series. It involves 2 summits, a VIP ticket to the event, and an opportunity for you to start to share your message. And it's a great co-branding opportunity. You're linking yourself with Flashpoint, and it's just a great opportunity. So I want to give thank you, Mandy, for sharing that. It's been an incredible show. Ivy was amazing. And there you go. This is inspiration. My first triathlon at 52.
Bravo. Yes.
So congratulations. It's just
nothing's impossible.
Yep.
Everything is possible.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It is. And it
really
starts with a small seed.
Yeah.
And as we finish the show, what did I ask? What was your intention? What did you want to get? What do you most need?
Yes.
I trust you've gotten that by now, but if you haven't, it's okay too. Start with the smallest seed possible and go from there.
Absolutely. So it's been a real pleasure once again. It's been very exciting, a lot of great revelations and fueled passion for all the events and everything good that we've got coming up. But as you and many of us have said along the way, nothing happens unless you first take that step. That's when change happens. So step into Flashpoint, get your ticket, join us every morning at 8:45 and on Sunday at yes, okay, and Sundays at 10 for the power of pure presence. You won't regret it. Thank you, everyone.
Have a great day, everyone. We're glad you're here.
Love you. Bye. Bye.